All right, good morning. We are here for our CET Scoop with your community engagement leader, Janie Cahill, for October 25th. Thanks to Tani and Doug that are here on the line live this morning. I'm going to get started this morning with a little funny meme again. Just to start off, I saw this and it's kind of a little bit more marketing. I thought more so uh, of Rachel when I saw this, but it definitely a lot of what we do with community engagement and marketing kind of go hand in hand. And so I read this and it made me laugh a little bit. But hopefully you guys have seen. Is it not Leslie Nielsen, Liam Neeson, I believe his name, his movies to kind of picture in his head how he's seeing this. But I don't know who you are, but I will look you up on LinkedIn and I will find you. So think about, and I know Rachel and I talk about how important, that social media presence is with the LinkedIn, with Facebook, with the premium websites, all of those. Why that's so important because whether we believe it or not, people are looking you up. People are, we are living in an age where people are glued to their phone. When they want to find out more about someone, where's the first place they look? They look on the internet. So people are looking you up. So when you are thinking about those things, you're really thinking about your brand and your story. And when people are searching you and they find you, what do you want them to know? What do you want them to think about you? Really think about those things because whether or not you like it, they are looking you up. So moving on, I've got a couple quick updates today on a few events coming up. And then just going to present to you a couple more resources that I wanted to put in front of you guys this morning. Don't forget we have the Thrive and Build's home dedication coming up this Saturday. That is the newest event that has been added to that calendar. But again, you can take a peek through. Hopefully by now you've still seen these enough times that you have these on your calendar, but just make sure you have these dates blocked up for any of those events that you're going to be a part of in the next 2 months. I want to definitely take this opportunity to give a huge shout out and thank you to Sharon Phelps, financial rep in the Newark area. She led a group in one of our Thrivent repair projects over in the Hebron area. There was 3 different churches that involved in that project, so it was a really great opportunity for her to connect with another new pastor of a new church, as well as some of those Thrive It members and new individuals in the communities from the different churches. So you can tell from the pictures they worked super hard repairing that deck. Thank you so much again for Sharon. Thank you so much again, Sharon, for leading that project. I have spoken with our Habitat relationship partner here in Mid-Ohio. We do have a few more repair projects that we are eligible to receive funding for. We got approved for up to 8 this year. I think we've completed 4 or 5 of those. So we do have a few left that we would like to finish by the end of the year. So we really would love your help. That if you're interested in leading a group that day, it really is just a few hours. It's not typically it's not a huge long project all day long. If you could get a group together of 8 to 10 volunteers and willing to take on a project that day, that would be really appreciated to help us be able to fulfill those repairs that we had been eligible for funding this year. So if that's something you're interested in, again, we definitely have that need. Please reach out to me and we'd love for you. And again, we have some flexibility on the location and dates of those to help accommodate you. So, feel free to definitely reach out to me if that's something you're interested in helping with. Again, a reminder about the Thrive and Build's home dedication this Saturday. It will begin at 9 a.m. for the 1610 Myrtle Avenue, so the family will be there. You'll be able to get to see the direct impact that we were able to make in constructing the home. Our guest, U.S. Congresswoman Joyce Beatty, will also be there, who represents the 3rd District of Ohio. So anticipated to be a pretty good crowd and turnout that morning. So if you're free and able to join us for that Thrive It Builds home dedication, it's a really great opportunity again to see the impact we're able to create with our Habitat program. Just another update about our Habitat partnership. I know I spoke before in one of our previous CET Scoop calls with the transition of the Faith Builds model this year. As an update, applications have been extended last week. So we have nominated and extended applications to Mid-Ohio affiliate, Greater Dayton affiliate, and Southeastern Ohio affiliate. So all 3 of those affiliates have received those nominations. or I'm sorry, applications. So those were due last week. So we should know within the next week or two. I believe the first week of November, those selections will be made at the corporate level, and we will know for sure where those faith builds we will have for next year. So definitely it's an exciting, I'm crossing my fingers, all three of those will get one of those faith builds for next year. It's going to be a great opportunity to connect with some new churches and build some new relationships in the different areas. So really excited and looking forward to that. So I'll keep you posted as soon as those selections are made. Again, just a reminder about the Truth at Work event coming up in Columbus. I know there's a little bit of confusion with the code. The code is not Thrivent, the promo code is Columbus. So if you are registering for this event or you're promoting this event, make sure those individuals, if they would like to come for free, make sure they know that promo code Columbus when they're registering, and that will enable them to come for free. I do still have a few postcards and posters in my office. So if you would like a few of those to send out or to use, make sure, again, you reach out to me. Okay, our Journey to Generosity OSU Stadium new member event. We're really excited about this coming up here in a few weeks. And working a lot with FCA, getting our action team prepared and squared away for what we'll be doing activity-wise for our action team. This event is at max capacity. So we have actually, I would say sold out, but it's free. So all of the RSVP seats have been booked. However, we do have a waiting list. So I recommend, if you have any members that have expressed that they've tried or they're wanting to come, but it's booked out, definitely instruct them to go ahead and get on the waiting list. We anticipate to be able to release a lot of those in the waiting list, of course, depending on how many are on there, just because of the nature of the event and being kind of a viewing party. A lot of people kind of be up, standing, watching, so we'll probably be able to accommodate a little bit more than seat-wise. So if you do have members that have not registered yet but still want to come that are eligible, just again encourage you just to recommend signing up for that waiting list, your Eventbrite. Okay, so the last piece I want to present to you today, I wanted to take an opportunity, as I know last week I spoke a little bit on church fuel, and as Thrivent has grown and all the different services and resources that we have to serve individuals and families and churches, our toolbox has really, really expanded. So I want to take another opportunity to just highlight a few of these new resources that we have. These are both resources that in that new, let me hold it up again, that all-in-one inclusive brochure that I talked about a few weeks back. Again, if you haven't gotten these, get these. These are great. These are resources that are listed in there. So I'm going to talk about two today that's really going to focus on how do we, when we're working within maybe the young marrieds market or young couples, some of the resources that we have to support that area. So, our mission is to really help couples build strong relationships so they can thrive in love and money. So we know that money is a huge stress on relationships. A lot of many divorces are caused as a result of money and the stress that comes with that. And so we, being a membership organization of Christians and helping individuals, be wise with money and get on their wise with money path, a big part of that is having that relationship, that strong marriage surrounding that. Our concept of money is really going to be important. So what do we have here at Thrivent then that can really address this? So in order to serve the young marrieds market segment, we have again acquired some subdivisions of Thrivent to offer these resources to these young couples. One is going to be Prepare and Rich that I'm going to speak to, as well as Bright Peak. So these are two of the newer resources that we have available to really work within that young marrieds market. The first one, so the one you can see are kind of that, where are the points of engagement with our Prepare and Enrich. We hope to connect with those couples. I'll speak a little bit again to what this is. It's more of a premarital type of resource. As couples marry, then we look to continue to support them with our Bright Peak and then further engage in those WWMJ resources as they continue to live together as a couple. So what is Bright Peak? Really, if you think about it, it's money-proofing your marriage. So that's kind of the tagline that they use. So Bright Peak, they help Christians live confident, content, and generous lives together. So this is a way that young marrieds can cohabitate and really be on their wise money journey by using these resources that we can support them with. So Bright's Peak mission is to help a younger generation of Christians become financially stronger so they can live confidence and generosity. They emphasize wellness and love and money and paired with simple solutions like term life insurance, disability income insurance, and retirement plans. So what this is Bright Peak is essentially online resources, and so a lot of digital platforms, a lot of online resources. So we live really on an on-demand culture, so this can be a really great asset, especially if maybe a church isn't necessarily, it's hard to get young couples to commit to coming in and sitting through a from me to we workshop, but maybe this is something that they're interested in doing on their own. And so as you can see, it focuses a lot on some of those simple solutions like life insurance, disability, that really starts those conversations with those couples and thinking about those things that could put them on the place to be able to purchase those products they need to be on their wise with money path. So again, it's more of an online resource tool, this Bright Peak, that they can use, as young couples are coming together and just becoming one. This is a screenshot just from the website. So, brightpeakfinancial.com, you can learn a lot more. You can see there's tons of resources on here. This is just, again, a clip of their main page. They have online assessments, live events, digital tools, financial products, lifestyle products. There's all kinds of information on there that individuals can use. Again, I'm not an expert when it comes to these resources. They are newer. I'm not as familiar with maybe some of the expenses and the charge of these. So if you have any questions, as I'm learning too, feel free to reach out to me. We can learn together, as well as, feel free to experiment and go out there and learn yourself about all that's available on these websites. The other resource that in combination that we're using to really target those young married couples and support those markets is our Prepare and Enrich. This is actually something that is a premarital premarital support. So something that a lot of congregations, such as pastors, counselors, they use these kind of in their premarital counseling portion. So a lot of these are ways that they can help use assessments to provide insight, nurture love, really strengthen that relationship. This is actually, it was really interesting. I was having a meeting with a pastor last week, a Lutheran pastor, and she had been using this in her premarital counseling for a very long time, the Prepare and Enrich program. And she had given some feedback that, since Thrivent has, bought out this subdivision and kind of rebranded and taken it over, has been some really, really great improvements to the program that she was really excited about. So this is actually something that maybe a lot of your pastors are already using and you don't know, or if it isn't something, this could be something that you definitely can, offer as a resource that we can provide to those pastors for that premarital portion. That I know a lot of pastors aren't always comfortable talking about that that financial piece, so that's where the Prepare and Enrich and Bright Peak and other workshops that we do can really be a support to them in those. And that is what I have today. So I wanted to make sure I was on time. So just wanted to put those two resources in front of you. If you have any questions on the Prepare and Enrich or the Bright Peak, feel free again to go ahead and just check out the website, experiment, look through there. There's a lot of really, really great stuff. Again, just another tool in your toolbox as you're speaking in conversation with your members or with pastors about all the different ways that we can support individuals and families in their churches. These are, again, two more tools that we can add to that toolbox as a way that we can support our members and churches on their wise with money journey. So with that, I'm going to stop the recording. Feel free, if you're on the line live, feel free to hang out for some questions if you have any. Otherwise, everyone have a wonderful rest of your week.